Breaking alert. The real enemies of Nigeria are not Tinubu, Wike, or Akpabio. It's something far worse. If Nigerians don't wake up and take action now, 2027 may be a point of no return. Who's really pulling the strings? What's the hidden game? And most importantly, what can we do? Stay tuned as we expose the shocking truth and reveal the only way forward before it's too late.
I never knew this day would come, but then here we are. I thought that this conversation is going to be left for some of us who will be like-minded in a closed group, but it's getting really late and this message has to be pushed across to Nigerians. Some week, Godswill Akpabio, even Ahmed Bola Tinubu, they are not our problem. Unfortunately, as those of us that think that we are providing solutions or we are gossiping about the problems of this country, we've always said that Nigeria as a society has demolished institutions and empowered individuals. They are now very strong men as individuals and now very limited or weak institutions. Same way that those of us that tend to bring the solution to this problem also concentrate on individuals and ignore the institutions. And then if you know, of course, you should know that Nigeria practices a system of government that is called democracy on paper and practices a system of economy that is capitalism. However, the man in power, Bola Tinubu, is not a pawn, he's not a neophyte. He's a very strong political force. We must recognize that. Even if we tend to speak grammar and blast him, the man knows what he's doing. Unfortunately, the Nigerian people do not know what they are doing. For the sake of emphasis, let's get a bit deeper into this conversation. Number one, Bola Tinubu is not practicing democracy as it were. A system of governance is called domination. He's currently practicing domination. That's how he has collapsed the economy, which is one of the ways of achieving dominance, so that people now have very reduced access. Everybody now depends on him for survival. Collapsed it. Number two, he's weakened the opposition deliberately. As I talk to you, PDP has imploded from within using Wike. NNPP has been reduced to one state, just Kanu, no national structure. The Labour Party had self-sabotaged itself consistently with all of the crises. You see all of these Supreme Court judgments here and there, back and forth. All of them are strategies to continue to weaken opposition. Also, there is an installation of loyalists at various arms of systems and institutions. Go to the judiciary, go to the police, go to all of these guys. They are loyalists, and then the point of reference in appointing them wasn't because of service to society, was how loyal they are. And if you follow Bola Tinubu's trajectory all along, you will know that he's a man that believes in loyalty. That's why people like Fashola is not in this government, because at some point, working with Muhammadu Buhari, Fashola didn't break the edge of their relationship. Now, let's take it to what is happening in the economy. Bola Tinubu is practicing a system of economy called subjugation. Economic subjugation is a system where you limit the resource and opportunity available in the system and make it only available to a few. So only the people that have access to you. So currently, Nigeria is practicing economic subjugation where everybody is scrabbling for anything left. And these opportunities and resources are made a bit available for all, but only very limited. Imagine having to provide bread that can feed 5,000 in a population of 10 million. That's how terrible it is. And so even the voices. But now, let me tell you why I say Wike, Akpabio, Tinubu, they are not the problem. Nigerians are yet to recognize that what Bola Tinubu is doing is building and laying a foundation for how much of this dominance and subjugation will proceed for another. That's why in Lagos at the moment, this particular principle you are seeing have been perfected in Lagos. That you cannot survive as a politician, somebody who wants Lagos to do good, if you don't align with Bola Tinubu's camp. And the few persons that thought they are going to break out of it, all of them suffered. Ambode is one of those examples. They suffered. So you must align with the Bola. That's why you see that. Look at the State House of Assembly crisis that happened a couple of weeks ago. You'll be shocked that even at that point, his word became became law to them, and they went ahead and reversed themselves, whatever they were doing. So it is him against everybody. Unfortunately, the problem with us as a people is that we are waiting for 2027 to speak our mind. It will be too late. It will be too late. If we wait for 2027 before we speak our mind, before we go ahead and do what we are supposed to do as a people, it will be too late. And why do I think it is too late? Whatever we are doing now is to protect our democracy. This democracy may not be in the best form, but what we have been practicing that gave chance for people like Bola Tinubu, even when the sitting president did not fancy him to take over for him and he survived, is because there was a democracy before. In fact, the entrance of the APC into Aso Villa in 2015 was because there was a form of democracy that was loading and booting, and it was only diminished back after Buhari took power, but now it has been emptied since Tinubu took power. So now, what should Nigeria do to sustain this democracy? Number one, there is need for reviewed resistance to insist that we must have electoral reforms. Because the truth of the matter is that until we have electoral reforms, Bola Tinubu's stamp on this dominance and subjugation will thrive, and will thrive effortlessly and conveniently. So Nigerians begin to renew our focus on electoral reforms. See, the problem is not with the parties. The problem is not even with the candidate. The problem is not with the ticket. The problem is with the type of election that we are likely going to be seeing. With what Bola Tinubu has done now, it's going to get worse for all this analysis before 2027 election. Nigerians must begin to ask for electoral reforms. It is high time we stopped all of this politicalization of these conversations, all of these pockets of indifferences and differences, all of these pockets of interference and oversabi gossiping. So I see that as gossip. We are asking for too much. Can we all gather and put our eggs in one basket and request that there is a renewed electoral reform? See, when electoral reforms have been institutionalized, these people would not know, as it were, that going to 2027 will mean that they stand a chance of winning and losing. They stand a 50-50 chance. A lot of these things you see now, a lot of these strongholds on our institutions, on our judiciary, will begin to losing. Then what do the people need to do next? Renewed political participation. Beyond just voting, Nigerians need to begin to have civic actions. We need to go and begin to demand for every single capturing. Omo Eleshowe, for example, has been shouting about what is happening in the Nigerian police force. It seems he's the only person that is saying it, that a tenure of a man was elongated unceremoniously. As much as the sitting president has got the political will and got the power as enshrined in the constitution for him to do that, but why? What spectacular thing has this guy been doing that makes you want to elongate it? It is all of the institutional capture process. So we must need to look into all of these things. There should be political participation. We should not be deviant about the conversation. And like I said in one of my previous videos, it is not just waiting for election to happen. It is getting involved in the processes that is happening right now. It is getting involved in the system, the things that we can see, and demand that some of these things be changed and adjusted. These two things would help us. As I talk to you, we are losing by the day. If the more it gets closer to 2027, the more democracy is dead and buried. The more we get to 2027, there is nothing to actually wait for. Everything has been sold down. But if Nigerians, Bola Tinubu is expecting Nigerians to resist, and that's how you see that he is waiting. He's calculative. He's expecting. Unfortunately, he is even surprised that Nigerians are not resisting him in all of these things. He has done this in Lagos, and he thought that bringing it to Nigeria would work, but he was scared because, of course, there is the northern factor. There is an eastern Nigeria situation. There is a southern economic press. There is an eastern Nigeria situation that has never loved him, that his party has never won. There is a northern factor of people that do not trust him. There is a southern people with the economic. So how come he's even shocked that this spell has worked? And if we don't stop Tinubu now, and like I said, it is not about Tinubu weekend at Babio. It is about revisiting our democracy, realizing where we are, and going to forcefully get things done. Ignore all of these guys, because all of these guys are distractions. We are pushing too much force on them. We are making them. The Tinubu Babio wiki romance is just a measure of political pragmatism and ambition. Tinubu wants dominance. Wike wants relevance, and two of them are able to connect on that platform as ambition. Unfortunately, the Nigerian people, we are sitting back, gossiping, cruising, and things are getting worse. Like I said, electoral reforms, renewed political participation, civic action, and a lot more of effort to ensure that we restore whatever has been captured of our institutions. Or else, in 2027, there'll be no country, there'll be no democracy, and it will be done. Painful, but that's it.